Mhm. Hey, Victor, sitting back there looking all serious. Look at there he goes. He smiled. Bethany, all I see is your eyes. You need to sit on the phone book. There you go. ZZ Top Ray, how you doing? Hey, Miss Margaret, trying to be incognito. And I see Miss BB and Miss Martina and Miss Patricia.
Long time no see, Miss Campbell. How you doing?
I'm absolutely amazing. You know me. I be doing fine all the time. I'm just like wine. I get fine with age.
I miss y'all so much. Well, y'all, I think it is now 2:06. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this afternoon for this career and professional employees webinar. And I'm going to turn it over to the chair, Sharon Walker, to get us started. So, Sharon?
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know everybody's busy, to join us for our latest CPEC webinar. Today it's going to be on Classified Staff Council, which I'm finding out that it may not be named that at your school, or your school may not have that, but we're going to try to peel back the layers and try to get a little understanding. Before we get started, I want to let you know this is being recorded, and we ask that everybody mute themselves so that we won't have any background noise. And to get started, I'm going to introduce to you our facilitator for the day and our three panelists. Our facilitator for the day is Stephanie Campbell. She's the Upward Bound Program Director at Polk State, and she is our president-elect for the Association for Florida Colleges. Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome.
Thank you.
Our panelist is Lois Cole-Weiss, the staff assistant for the Start Smart program at the College of Central Florida. Hello, Lois.
Hi, everyone.
Also, our panelist is Teresa Simeon, the associate director for the institutional events at Broward College. Hello, with her beautiful blue hair. Girl, work it, girl. Everybody. And last but not least, Gregory Williams, staff assistant for the Communication and Management Division at Tallahassee Community College, and our VP-elect for commissions for AFC. Thank you and welcome to everyone. So I'll let Stephanie go ahead and get started so we can make sure we stay within our time.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sharon. Welcome, everyone. When Sharon emailed me, I guess, about 2 weeks ago, and finally, on Tuesday of this week, she said, you didn't get back with me. And I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? She and Gregory Williams got on my case. And for whatever reason, the email was lost. And you know that happens all the time. But you know what? Within about 3 minutes, we had it all figured out. We had it together. And of course, I agreed to do it because, of course, you all know me and I love to talk. So this gave me another opportunity to be on another platform. So this morning, I emailed Sharon and I said, okay, so now listen, you're saying classified staff. I need your definition of classified staff because I did not know what classified staff was. Some of you may not know what classified staff is, so I am going to take the liberty to explain to you what Sharon gave me as a definition, and then I am actually going to make it as clear as I possibly can. Now, I see a hand raised, and that's over on Marsha. Marsha, you have your hand raised? No, okay. Okay, so the classified staff definition from Sharon is a staff position such as office assistants, maintenance, janitorial, non-management, non-instructional, advisors, employees in financial aid office, student services, and workforce development. It does not include the other staff. Now at Polk State, which is where I am, we don't have a terminology for classified staff. But those that I just mentioned, most of those would be called career employees. So that's the clearness that I received from Sharon this morning. So I'm going to segue into our questions, if there are no questions, regarding the definition of classified staff. Okay, no questions. Great. Our first question is, what is the staff council and how do they function on the college campus? And I know that we have 3 folks on the panel. Am I correct, Sharon? Okay, so does it matter which one goes first or either one? Okay, we'll start with Teresa.
You're
Teresa.
muted, Sharon. Okay, you can start with me, that's fine.
Thank you.
So I work for Broward College again. I'm the Associate Director of Institutional Events at the college, and I am presently the President-elect for AFC. So for Broward College, our council is called PTS Council. That's what it was called in previous years. Currently, we are in the process of getting that council back up and running because it kind of dwindled down. Some people retired and it just kind of fell off. But we're in the current position of trying to get it started again. We're working with Talent and Culture to do that. Talent and Culture is our HR department. What does it do? What does this council do? What we're proposed, well, let me tell you what it did previously in the past. In the past, do you mind if I read the definition of what I have for it?
Absolutely.
Are you okay with that? Okay.
Yes.
So, and I typed out what I needed to say and keep me on point. So forgive me if I read a little bit. The definition I have is a body of professional technical staff, non-represented, that addresses the needs and concerns specific to that classified employee. So that's kind of where we are. Also we were in the previous PTS council was instrumental in helping employees receive books when they didn't have money for books. We were instrumental in getting us spring break. We were very instrumental in that one. And also the implementation of when an employee wants to apply for a position, they didn't have to have supervisor's signature to do that. So those are some of the things that they've implemented in the past, and we hope to continue when we get it back up and running, along with other things. But I'll stop there for now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Lois, the other panelist? Okay, Lois, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate the chance to be here and to connect with all you great folks. Over the next couple of months, I'm probably going to have a bunch of questions for each one of you. We are in a similar position as Teresa. Our council is the Career and Professional Employees Council. CPEC is what we call ours on campus. And it does include every full and part-time employee that is not management and not faculty. If you're not one of those 2 groups, you're part of us. Our council has never totally been disbanded, but one of the last things that the chair prior to me did was suggest that the council be disbanded. So I agreed to take over as chair and absolutely do not want the council disbanded. I want the council to come back, do things, become more relevant on campus, and actually do some work to help to make the lives of the staff at the College of Central Florida better. So that's where we stand at present. And
Okay.
I'll go from there.
All right, and thank you so much for that tidbit of information, due to the fact that I want you to hold your thought, because there are a couple of questions that I know that is going to be very interesting for you when we segue a little bit into this presentation, okay? And the other person on the panel is Primrose.
Greg.
Is it Greg?
Gregory
Thank you so
Williams.
much for that correction.
Mhm.
Hey, Greg, how are you? All the way from Tallahassee.
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for
Awesome.
being here. So
It's
my
my
question
pleasure.
is, okay, would you like for me to repeat the question or are you okay?
I'm ready.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
please, go ahead.
We're at Tallahassee Community College. Our staff is called the Classified Staff Council. I'm actually in my second term as the chair. Our staff council has been active for years and years and years. So we've been blessed. And what do? We are the voice for the staff. And when we say classified staff, we're talking about non-faculty, non-administrative, non-director positions, but everyone else that is on campus is considered classified staff. So that includes our advisors, that includes financial aid, enrollment services, our academic affairs office, student affairs offices, all of the VP's offices, their staff fall up under our umbrella. If I look at our council bylaws, we are governed by the president. So he gives us our budget. He is the one that allow us to serve. And we are lucky and blessed enough that we're able to go to him with issues from the staff. So I don't have to go through a VP to voice the opinion of staff member. I can go directly to him by virtue of my role. But if I would look at what we have down, it says that what we do is we strive to enhance professional development, institutional advancement, student success, and effective communication and effective commitment to the college employees and the district board of trustees. The purpose of the Classified Staff Council shall be to represent the interests of TCC's classified staff, to make recommendations to various administrative bodies to perform those services requested by or through the college president. The council shall operate under and in accordance with the bylaws developed by the organization and approved by the president. And that's in our college policy number 03-7.
Okay. Greg, you know what? You just segued into the next question. I'm actually going to skip you on the next question because the question says, identify council leadership positions and the connection at the college. You've already shared with us how great a relationship you have with your president, your bylaws, you've still been in business and are doing well throughout all the years. And kudos to you and TCC for doing such an awesome job of continuing that open dialogue and relationship with your college president. Would you like to add a tidbit more before I go to our other two panelists?
Our leadership
Just 30
roles and
seconds.
position. 30 seconds. Yes, ma'am, Madam Moderator. I would not do like the presidential debate. The chair of the council, as well as the chair-elect, we are members of the college leadership team, as well as we must attend our board of trustees meeting monthly, as well as our monthly leadership forum. So we're there with all of the higher ups to still voice our opinion for the staff at those leadership meetings.
I call that buy-in. I absolutely call that buy-in. Thank you so much for that. Okay, how about if we come back to you, Lois? And the question is, identify council leadership positions and the connection at the college.
Okay, as it stands right now, we only have two kind of officers of our group. We have myself as the chair and then the secretary.
Okay.
I am, as chair, I am the only one who is present on most of the major councils and boards of the college, but I am anywhere that faculty senate is represented, I am usually a part of those groups also to represent staff.
Okay.
are members of the President's Council, which meets once a month, and we talk about what's happening at the college and talk about our divisions of the college total employees. So, and then we also have other members of the council who participate on a lot of the college committees.
Okay, thank you. Teresa, yes, Teresa.
So again, our council is not active or put together yet. We're still working on it. But some of the proposed, I don't even know what to call it. But anyway, I'll just say what has been proposed is that we do have representation, but not at the president level, which is something we would like to propose. But right now, through our executive director of talent and culture, she's proposing that they provide us with a sponsor, is what they call it, that will make our voices heard at the top. We definitely like the way Greg and his team are running theirs. So we're trying to work that out. We're proposing what we would like, and they're working with us to get that situated, so to speak.
Okay, very good. So in having these conversations, I am hoping that for those that do not have a council, this will allow you to have some idea of what could happen on your campus as well. Now, I'm not saying that you have to copy everything that TCC does, because you know TCC does do it really well, but we can all continue to do it well. But you know what? Form your councils, if may I add, in the way that it's going to fit your college. Having those conversations with the higher ups, with your president. If you can serve on a president's council, or if you can serve in a leadership position so that you can provide some input and be at the table and lean in. Please don't ever forget to lean in when you're at those tables, so that they understand that you're not just there taking up a seat and there to eat the dessert, but you're there to bring the whole meal, okay? All right, so we're gonna segue into our next question, and that is to identify an event or activity hosted by the council that you don't mind sharing that has allowed you to shine. Greg, I'm gonna start with you. And the reason I'm gonna start with you is because I do know for a fact that Tallahassee TCC has actually been doing quite a bit of, leadership. So let's hear from you a tidbit of what you all have been doing, and maybe some of the other folks, can take some of your ideas and put them into play.
Okay. Some of the events that our classified staff council hosts, we host our annual holiday luncheon every year along with the president. He pays for the food, we pay for the prizes. And we host our annual holiday. That's normally our last event for the year. And he normally tells us right at 1:00 p.m. on that day, you can go home. So we always look forward to that. But we also partner with our local AFC chapter for different events. Our back to school drive is one of our partnerships with our AFC chapter. Our Relay for Life team, we run that as well, and we partner along with our AFC chapter for that. But we also do the Toys for Tot drive as classified staff. We have our annual classified staff day, which is a day that we show support to every classified staff member on campus. We bring in food, we bring in DJs, we bring in bounce houses. We have a good time. And y'all know I'm a clown, so I'm gonna make sure that we have a good time. We also host different professional development activities for the members, because it's not always about having fun, because we had that they thought that's what all we did was get together, eat, and have fun. So we had to show them that we actually do get together as well to learn how we can better serve our community and our college. We also help sponsor other events that goes throughout campus. Our African American History Month calendar that goes out every year. We normally get involved in that, whether it's passing out calendars, whether it's, being ushers, whatever they need us to do, we try our best to be involved. One thing our president believes in is community, and I know plenty of you have heard me talk about that before. So we try our best to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to help our community around us. So those are a few things that we do that I'm simply, I just love to continue to do it, to make sure that we are out there. We're just not the ones that sit in the office answering the phone, you know, directing people where to go, but we're actually getting involved, making sure that we are letting our presence be made known. And we challenge the faculty senate all the time, because we want to make sure that they know that the staff is just as important. And on that, like I said, on Classified Staff Day, it's all about us. And the president, he comes over, he'll throw on his classified staff t-shirt. I think the last t-shirt said classified staff rocks on the back. And I mean, we had a time. We ate some Sunday's barbecue. I remember that. I'm hungry right now, but I'm gonna stop while I'm here.
Yes, yes. Okay. So Greg, Teresa, and Lois, it appears to be settled that you must have a very cohesive relationship with your president, okay? With your vice presidents as well, because you know, in order to get to the president, you know, there's some certain places you got to go through steps. But I mean, it is just displayed that having the president in your pocket per se,
Yes.
and to be on your team is very, very important. Now, folks, if you have not established those relationships yet, let me just be honest with you. I have a very good, close relationship with Dr. Angela Gracia Falconetti here at Polk State College. If I was classified staff, and I consider myself classified staff too, you know why? Because anything that I need to do, if I can't do it, then I'm not gonna have my staff to do it. And I have a staff of 29 folks. I make sure that they're taken care of, okay? They can do it, I can do it too. And we all work together. Having said that, Greg, you've already identified some of the events and activities. Kudos to you and your classified staff at TCC. Lois, I know that you are also working on that, and that you've had events and that you're planning events. Teresa, I know that you're still in the planning stages.
Right.
If you do not have Greg's information, I'm sure that you would like to have it.
I do.
And I'm sure that Shirley will make sure that you have his information so that you can kind of have those conversations with Greg and kind of, you know, bounce some ideas off of him, and Lois, you as well, or anyone, all of you that are here, if you want to get things back in order, because believe me and trust me, as soon as November 4th come, COVID is gonna pack up and it's gonna leave us. You have to believe that. And that's what we want to happen, okay? So that I can get an opportunity to be in the presence and gracefully see you all face to face, be able to touch you all, and to see exactly how we're going to rise and shine in our community with Ray Cotier next year in AFC. Our next question.
One of the things before
Can
you
I say
go on,
one
I
thing
just
before
want.
we move on?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, yes, Teresa.
I was just going to say one of the things before we move on is that you're absolutely right about the relationship with the president. I do have that relationship, but I also want to say, granted, we don't have our PTS council up and running, but we still have PTS employees that are helping out with food drives, just as Greg's areas. I know there's PTS, tons of them, as well as our end of the year celebration. So there's many things we've done, backpack drives and all of these types of things that we have at our end of the year celebration, which is the one that I pretty much put together and host. And PTS comes through every time. So granted, we're not called that group that we need to be called, but they're still showing up and showing out when it's time to do so.
Oh, kudos to you.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you so much for that information.
Stephanie.
Someone else had a question. Oh, there's Marsha. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to read Victor, one of our retirees, has joined us today. So happy to see you, Victor. Victor.
Hi, Victor.
Victor, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about the Grapevine Award? Because I think that's an important factor.
Yeah, as you responded, recognition does matter. And the Grapevine Award was something the Career Staff Council did, and it recognized career staff that were nominated by students, faculty, staff, really from anywhere that did that little extra, went above the Call of Duty. And what would happen is they would get the nomination, and the staff council would wear their purple t-shirts and show up with a boom box with Heard It Through the Grapevine. And then the career staff supervisor would read the nomination so they knew what they were being recognized and why. And then they would get a framed a certificate. And what we found is for everyone from, grounds crew to custodians to everyone, security staff and administrative staff, for many of them, it was the first award they ever got in their lives. And so there were a lot of tears that would happen as a result of it. So just a suggestion, it's an easy, low cost, no cost kind of thing that a career staff council can do to recognize and increase their exposure on campus also.
Victor, that's a really great idea. And again, I'm part of colleague recognition that we have here at the college. We now call it the Ospreys, but we do that, but it's for faculty. And that's the thing, I'm not gonna say it's a problem, but that is the thing that we get missed. We a lot of times career employees get missed by, it's about faculty and students, but we're the ones that's at the front of everything. We're so I think that's a great idea, and thank you for saying it, because I'm gonna try and bring it in.
Thank you.
That's what I was about to say. I started last year, my first year as the chair of the Classified Staff Council. I started doing Classified Staff of the Month Award. And we would send out the nominations through SurveyMonkey, and then I would go and present a plaque to the person at their work desk, no matter where it is. And that was always a way to recognize our staff, because they felt as if they was being left behind and left out on all the other awards that's going on. And we also have a Classified Staff Retreat Day that we go over to Midway to our Public Safety Institute, and we actually sit down and we figure out what we're gonna do for the next year. So those things we try to keep going. And what I'm doing this year differently than I did last year is, last year I was bringing in VPs so that they can hear the concerns of the staff. But this year I decided to change it around because I noticed people were scared to talk. So this year I started doing motivational speakers at our meetings to motivate our staff to keep pushing, to keep going. Because my theme this year is get in the game, because a lot of people is holding back from getting involved because they're scared. So I'm getting motivational people to come in to speak with them. Last month was our first person. We had our former women's basketball coach to come on, Coach Q, and he spoke to us about getting in the game and being involved.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Just a little bit of tidbit information. It has been indicated in the chat that St. Pete College as well as Santa Fe College are good resources for those of you that may want to, also start your councils or reignite your councils. I don't want to inundate Greg Williams with a whole lot of folks all at one time. I know that he will make time for you, but if you would like, those folks have also been identified as having a strong council. So please make sure that you're able to reach out to them as well.
Can I ask one question, if it's not, if it's just a quick question?
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna actually ask it to the panelists. Do you guys all have bylaws, like actual bylaws, and that's signed off and everything? Okay, because I've done some research on a lot of other colleges that have staff senates, and they have bylaws, and of course they're in conjunction with their presidents and everything. Okay, I just wanted to get an answer to that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, Marcia, do you think that possibly at a later date, maybe we can set up a workshop, get with all the presidents?
I don't know if you can see me. I'm here. I can
see you.
My keyboard is, what do you call it? It has batteries. it just does crazy things sometimes. So I was literally banging my keyboard, hoping y'all couldn't see me. I was gonna type that in the chat, Sharon.
Well, I had put in there that I tried to reach out to those two to put them on the panel, but they were not available at the time. So I'm thinking maybe we can do a workshop.
Yeah, and where you all just kind of do a roundtable of discussions where you share best practices, tips, challenges, especially in a year like this. I'm sure everybody is, had to figure some things out that they've never faced before. So yes, definitely.
That would be great.
I'll work on it. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Sharon. Now, Gregory, I know that you've already provided us with some examples of how important the council is to the college family. And of course, Teresa's working on hers. But Teresa, let me ask you something, because I'm sitting here writing. I always like to write notes so that if I need to go back and talk to Marsha about something, then I can reference my notes. But during the time that you're having these events, and even though you all might not be called classified staff or whatever you want to name it,
right,
but you're still getting together, you're having events, you're having fun, you're making a difference in your college community, and you are doing things. Are you happen to be taking an opportunity to maybe take photos and film and all that good stuff so that you can have that to not only document it, but also to share with other folks that this is what we're doing, so that you can get the buy-in from your college president, from your college, your C-suite at your college. Are you doing that as well?
Absolutely. So again, I'm the Associate Director of Institutional Events. So I do a lot of events that consist of us helping in all different areas, whether it's student or community related, and taking the pictures and sending it back out to them saying, look at what we did. So one of the things I do want to also say is that we do have president buy-in. Okay, it's good. Just a matter of us getting it done. So, again, we're working on it, but we do have his buy-in. And one of the things, I want to read this. I wrote what I wanted to read about that. Sure. And if you don't mind me just reading it really quickly.
Absolutely.
And basically what I'm saying is it's very important to our community at large and our leadership group and our president. The president asked to reconvene the council because one of the most asked questions was, are we going to get our PTS council back? And he realized that if we're going to talk shared governance and with all inclusiveness, that we need to have our PTS represented. So he is very much on board, and we're working on it to get it done. Hopefully it'll be done soon, but he's in there for the long haul and willing to work with us to get it done. So very yes, we're active in every area of the college. We're just not with the name that we used to have, but it's coming.
Okay, yep. Good. Lois, did you want to add something to that? I see you're shaking your head.
Well, we also do have, I'm developing right now the connection with the president. He is a regular attender of our quarterly meetings. So he is actually sitting there with the group, at least for part of the meeting. And can hear what's going on and what our concerns or questions might be. We do put out a call before each quarterly meeting to the entire campus staff, CPEC members, and ask for any questions that they would like to direct to the president himself. And usually at every quarterly meeting, we do have people who participate in that. And we thought we might have a problem getting questions because the president doesn't want anonymous questions. He wants to know who's asking. So he can get personally back in touch with that person. Yes. And so we thought usage of that benefit might drop, but it did not. We're still getting questions, so I was very happy to see that.
Very good.
So that connection is coming along. And also recently, I just sent a survey monkey to all of our staff, CPEC members, asking, Are we relevant to you? Why or why not? What would you like to see us do? What do you need for professional development? You know, just a fairly short list of questions because I didn't want it to take them forever to answer. But so I'm really looking forward to starting to get some responses back on that. I just sent it out end of last week. So I'm really looking forward to see how many people even bother to fill it out at all. And then also what the responses are that we get back because like I said, the previous president was ready to just let the whole thing go. And I just don't feel like that's what we need to do.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the last two questions, all three of you have actually answered in our conversation, which was how the council established a relationship with college faculty members, and also to just provide us with some examples on how the two may join forces to bring projects together in the relationship. And all three of you have actually answered those questions. Any final thoughts before I turn it over to Ms. Sharon Walker? I'll start with you, Teresa.
One thing I want to say is to Lois, don't let it go. No matter what you do, you keep the employees engaged and keep talking to them so that they understand that this is about their voice. Because if we don't have this, they don't have a voice. And I don't know if you guys are talking shared governance and all of that, but Broward College definitely is. And the only way to have that is that we're all inclusive inside of that. So you need to make sure that you keep them engaged and active so that they will want to let them be the ones talking to also say, no, we want our PTS council, we need it. And that's what I'm saying for Broward College, we need it. Our employees have said it, that we want it, we need it, and we want to keep it there. So I think it's very important for us to understand that no matter the president, the leaders of the college, we are an intricate part, and the most important part in my mind, probably in yours too, of who runs the college. So without us, how can they have the students and make this work? It has to start with us. We are the front of the college. And so I think we need to remember that, keep it as important as everybody else is. We're just as important as faculty and students and everybody else. So I think we need to remember that and continue to have a voice for all of us.
Well said. Well said, Teresa. Thank you so much for those thoughts. Lois, any final thoughts before Gregory?
I must thank everyone that's throwing comments in the chat. We can all pick up a lot of information here, and a lot of you are reaching out to me, so I'm sure that you're also reaching out to Teresa for you know, ideas. And I would love to develop relationships with all of you because I have never met anyone in this group until today. So
Well, welcome to
nice
the
meeting
family.
all of you. Yeah, nice meeting all of you, and reaching out to other colleges to find out what they're doing with their staff councils. It's something that I've wanted to do all year and just been kind of hung up in some of the day-to-day work and haven't gotten to it. But now this is the beginning of that, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Gregory, you're on. 60 seconds.
All right.
Oh, that's gonna be
was
hard.
just going to say you let me go last, so I have no time limit. One thing that I've learned, even through this pandemic, now that we have monthly meetings. We meet the last Tuesday of each month, so I have a meeting this Tuesday. Thanks for the reminder. We went virtual. Our meeting is now virtual, and I have more people at my meeting now that is virtual than I had when we had it in person. So I am enjoying the fact, like last meeting we had a good discussion about COVID-19. And our chief of staff, she's one of our main members of our council, and she's there every meeting. But last month, the president stepped in, and he sat through the remainder of the meeting. And, you know, I was happy he was there. Didn't scare me at all. Don't stop me from being me. One, because like you said, I have that relationship with him that he know me. So he already know how I'm going to act and how I'm going to lead a meeting. He's seen it before. So all I would say in closing is work on the relationship with the president. If it's there, great. Make it even better. Be the change. I'm sorry, Ray. Be the change that you want to see.
Yes.
Be the change that you know that your group can, what your group needs. I did not want to take back over. My year was done with June 30th. I was there. They gave me my little $1,000 stipend for all this work I'd done the whole year, and I was ready to throw my hand up. But guess what? The chair who came behind me, she got a new position. We had the chair-elect decided that she was not going to do it. Here I am. You can never do too much work. Trust me, I'm a living witness. I don't know how I do all of these AFC executive board meetings, board of directors meetings. I mean, whew. And I'm in school, trying to be an elementary education teacher in a few years. But hey, just keep working at it, and whatever we can do to help with what we've done here, I'll be more than happy to give you the information that we have. I'll give you a copy of our bylaws, which our president approves. And it goes before the board of trustees as well in the monthly meeting. So whatever I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you so much, our panelists. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's give them a round of applause. Come on, help me out here. Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. Before I take my seat, let me just say that I know that we all have a COVID story one way or another. And again, and I'll say it again, just watch what I say. Even though I know that our numbers are going up, COVID is not going to be here forever. We still have to live. We still have to, you know, stay in communication with each other, because you got to remember, we are AFC family. We're here to help each other no matter what the cause is. For those of you that have not registered for our conference, registration is now open. We will be virtual. Please, ma'ams and sirs, make sure that your colleagues know that we need them to register for this conference. It is going to be off the rocket, okay? I am so excited. Go to our www.myafc.org conference, annual conference. Register, fee $125, cheaper than you'll ever see it again. Because after this year, we will be back together, better, back together again. Thank you so much for allowing me to host you this afternoon. I look forward to seeing you. Ray, we shall have lunch soon. Thank you, and I will turn it over to Ms. Sharon Walker.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, really, thank you, Stephanie, because really, you have really brought it to us today. But one thing I want to say to Teresa and Lois, you might want to start reaching out to your AFC members, because a lot of them are classified staff, and they have a lot of leadership and a lot of skills and whatever, then they could probably help you get your counsel and go to your president, because a lot of them probably do have a relationship with your president and the administration. So that's my tip to you. Reach out to them, and because we're kind of combining our, well, not combining, but mixing with our AFC staff to make sure that we keep everything going at our school. I'm at TCC, so, you know, I have to pat ourselves on the back. But to all my panelists, thank you so much for all that you do. And I know it was a little rush job for some of you. And Stephanie, thank you for putting me on my toes, because you have given me, for my conversations today, you have given me some tips on what I can tell Gray that he needs to do at the council. So that's all I have to say. Oh, one other thing. CPEC and State AFC, we are doing our community service project. We're doing a holiday pantry, college pantry food drive challenge. So go back to your presidents and find out if your pantry person is doing their video to send in, because I'm trying to put together a challenge video so that we can showcase it on everybody's Facebook page, on the YouTube page. Eileen is going to be helping us put that together. So make sure your president and whoever's over your pantry is doing it. If not, tell them to contact me and I can give them some more information on what they can do, because I want to have that done so we can showcase it also at the annual conference. And if you've never been to the annual conference, what was that again?
Are details on the annual conference page agenda? Anything?
The flyer is out there.
Flyer is, yeah.
And so it has where you contact myself or Sandy, and we can get information to you. Because I did have meetings. I sent out meetings and had a virtual meeting trying to get everybody. I was trying to get all 28 schools, but I know everybody's schedules are busy. So if you can reach out to them and let them know, please, please, please try to get me videos ASAP, because I don't want anyone to be left out and they feel slighted. Well, with that being said, that's all I have.
Marsha, did you have something to say?
I did want to mention, I was reading the chat, and after Greg mentioned the stipend that the chair at TCC receives, I saw Primrose typed in there that maybe that's something you can look at Broward. And I think that's the benefit of a webinar like this. You're able to hear the ideas from other chapters that you can hopefully incorporate at your college. So I think that workshop that Sharon's going to work on putting together, that's where I think you're really going to be able to kind of flesh out some of the really good ideas that some of the other colleges have. Understanding that every college's culture is different. So everything isn't going to work everywhere. It may not be $1,000 stipend. It might be a $500 stipend. It might not be a stipend. It might be some kind of in-kind something. But I do think, looking at what others are doing all the way around, from the title of the award to, something as, I think that's as important as a stipend, to say thank you for the work you're doing, because it is work, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why I wanted to that Marsha had contacted me about doing this, so that we could get that out there, because I know that some schools are not as fortunate as others, but maybe try to give them a chance to try to get a little something together to where they can have that relationship with their administration and have something that they can offer to their staff.
Right.
And also learn what other colleges are doing, because just like I heard Greg say something, I think about they had a budget. I'm curious to know about that. So I'll be calling Greg, of course, but some of those things, and I mean, I'm familiar with PTS Council and I know what we've done, but those are some of the things that I had, like the stipend also, I have never heard that. So I think it's great that we did this. Thank you guys for truly doing this. And I'm just so happy I was asked to be a part of it, because this has given me some information I didn't have. And I've been here for 32 years and know our PTS Council from previous years, but this is definitely some more information that I didn't have.
Okay. And lastly, I would just say that, you all, Teresa, I think it was you. You said it, and I was sitting here like nodding. You don't have a college without your career service and your classified staff.
Yes.
Certainly, faculty are very important. They teach.
Absolutely.
But before you can get a student in a class to be taught, they have to walk through our grounds.
Yes.
They're not going to come on a campus that looks a hot mess. They have to register. They have to go through an orientation. There is an advisor that has to meet with them. So before we can even get them seated in a chair, they meet with one of you. And so you are vital to the success of the college system. Your voices are important, and they must be heard. So thank you all for the work that you've been doing and for the work that you do every day on behalf of the system. And then certainly thank you for your membership in AFC. That's all I have. Now
and that's all I have.
Thank you,
everybody. Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right,
so
we'll
much.
see
Wait,
you.
wait. Somebody had a quick question.
Sharon, if you don't mind, would it be possible to share out the chat with the attendees so that we can get all of this information, because some of it came too quickly to get all the notes taken, and then also some contact information for those who have volunteered to help.
Okay, Charlie, this, is the chat on the recording?
It is.
I'll make sure to download the chat with the
Okay.
recording.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Another question.
Yeah. Wait. Yes.
One quick question. Charlene, is the recording going to be sent to us so that if we want, we can share it with some of our employees that didn't see it? Or is it going to be on our AFC website? Tell me how it will be disseminated. AFC website?
If you go back to the AFC website, on the calendar where the registration link used to be, we'll replace that link with the recording.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All minds satisfied, and don't forget to go vote.
Well, I
did
worked the
that
poll.
already.
Y'all don't let me go work in the polls on the 3rd for nothing. So you better show up. I'll find out if you didn't go vote.
Go up and
I'm
show
working
up.
the polls too, so.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.